on Chapter 11 of Go Big or Go Home. Chapter 11, The Meteorite Expert. The next morning was Monday, and the museum in Hill City opened at 9:30. We were waiting on the doorstep when it did. We resisted the temptation to buy any new fossils at the gift shop and headed to the exhibits. Towering above us, stand the Tyrannosaurus Rex was the star attraction. Paleontologists working out of this small but mighty museum had dug up as many T-Rexes as the rest of the world combined. The swinging doors behind the saber-toothed tiger led to the labs and the office. We were going to needed some directions. Here we came, a man in a white lab coat with a cup of guava java in his hand. He was moving fast and was headed where we wanted to go. Quinn spoke up almost, stepping into his path. "Excuse me, we're looking for the meteorite expert guy. I always want scientists to look like Einstein. This one didn't look a little bit like Einstein, but he did look eccentric. He was tall as a tree, his face was narrow as a brick, and he had a forest of white ear hair." The scientist stopped and bent down his head like a circus giraffe. "The meteorite expert guy," he repeated thoughtfully with a very British accent. "I think he's here just for the summer," I added hopefully. Yes, a fellow by the name of Dripply. Can you imagine parents doing that to a child? Let me give you a tip. He doesn't like his first name. He likes his last name just fine. Should we call him Dr. Ripley? A veteran. Call me Dr. Drip. Call me Dr. Rip. He replied with a grin. We shook his hand, told him who we were and where we were from. "I'm from Oxford," he told us. I know for shirts, shoes, and scholars. Now how may I help you, lads? I slung off my backpack. "We brought a meteorite for you to look at, Dr. Rip." "Oh, so you think you found a meteorite, do you, after a meteorite shower?" "I suppose I looking at quite a few rocks these next few days. We're pretty sure this one's the real deal." Quinn said, "Pretty sure," I thought about answering that question. Relatively speaking, most meteorites are a dime a dozen. Did you know that millions bombard us every year? "No way," Quinn objected. The professor was watching me and saw that I was on his side. He waited to see if I could explain, and I took him up on it. "Most are only as big as a grain of sand, Quinn, or maybe that size of a pebble." "I don't know. It never came up." Brady's an astronomy freak. "Ask him anything, Professor. I'd be delighted. Let's start with our own solar system. Name the planets beginning with the one closest to the sun." I did, adding at the end that Pluto had been disqualified. "What are the clouds of Venus composed of?" "Sulfuric acid." "Can you name the giant moon of Saturn, which has an asteroid? Titan." "Bravo. Approximately how many moons has Jupiter? More than 60. Excellent. Brady, Mars has 2 small moons. Can you name them? Phobos and Deimos. Fear and Terror. What's usual about them? Their shape? Probably they were asteroids before Mars captured them. Brilliant! I hoped all this quizzing meant Professor was going to tell us some really important stuff. Now that he could see I wasn't just some doofus with a meteorite. Can you possibly name the largest volcano in the solar system? Olympus Mons on Mars, 3 times higher than Everest. Smile spread across the professor's face. And those voices on his dome stood up again. I have one final question for you. With a bit of a preface, almost all meteorites come from the asteroid belt. As you no doubt know from material left over, it's thought from the beginning of our solar system 4.5 billion years ago. Meteorites that don't come down from the asteroids belt are younger, much more rare, and of far greater scientific interest. Yours is one of these. Where did it originate? I thought. I whacked my brain. I give up. I finally said. Quinn jumped up from the couch. Congratulations, Professor. You finally stumped him. I told you it would be easy. Mr. Rip held out the space traveler in his open hand. Keep in mind, this is a piece of extradal basalt, which began as molten lava flowing from the guts of a volcano. A few minutes later, we jumped on our bikes with an appointment to come back at 4 the next afternoon and find out if the professor had learned anything. We were so pumped. It felt like our wheels weren't touching the ground. Hey guys, come back for Chapter 12 next time. We're never going to forget this. It's the next chapter. Get it, guys? Bye, guys!